Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. Jeff again. Another episode on the Mindcrack vanilla server, and I'm trying to retrace my steps back to where I was, and I made it to the lily pad bridge, which means over here should be that immaculate house. There it is, which I believe somebody told me is Adlington's? Or Arcus, I actually don't remember. One of those A people. One of those A people, but not Canadian. Different type of A people. So I'm going to get some sheep killed because I need some wool, and I'm going to make a bed if I ever make it back to the place where I'm trying to get to. And I'm curious if that spawner is still there and available, or if somebody else took it over. I watched my video back a little bit to find out where I needed to go, and it's kind of... I went kind of like angled from here. So I'm going to hope that I can come back across that same location because I kind of like that area. So we will see what's going on over there. So not in Minecraft world, I've been doing a lot of work around my house. For those who don't know, I've recently purchased a house. First time homeowner. So it's a little bit different and interesting for me. It's weird because as a renter all my life, I've never had to deal with, you know, if something goes wrong in my house, somebody else takes care of it. It's not me. It's somebody else who takes care of it. Granted, you guys know the whole saga of what I dealt with at my last rental place, and it's not always the case that somebody actually takes care of things that they're supposed to take care of, which is really annoying for a renter's perspective. But not only am I a homeowner, but we also have a basement rental unit, so we have a renter as well. So now I'm in the in control of somebody else's ability and somebody else's livelihood. So if they run into the problems like I had in my last place, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going to screw somebody else over like I got screwed over. So we've done a decent amount of work. Our renter's really cool and laid back. Some work took us a little bit longer than it should have, but it was like she was really cool with it and really like nonchalant and not upset or anything. So that's good. It's really good to have a good renter, and we have a good rapport with her because like she lives below us. So like we actually hang out. She comes up, like hangs out on the weekends, things like that. So we're friends as well, which makes it easy. We didn't know each other beforehand. We weren't friends in the first place, but you know, becoming close to people like that is kind of cool. I think I've gone a little bit too far, but we have already had some issues at our new place. We are in, DC is one of those areas that they consider it a gentrifying area, and that term means basically they're taking these old big crime neighborhoods and trying to build them up and get a population of people in there who are like, they build a lot of these things based around hipsters, which is kind of interesting. I think I'm actually right over here. It's kind of interesting. So all these like new fancy flats and apartments and things like that are going up, they really do. Oh yeah, I do remember this actually. I think I kept going that way a little bit. Maybe it was right up here. The desert should open up somewhere. Right when the desert opens up, I will be good to go. But they definitely, cater toward, oh, this is the mountain. This is it. They definitely cater toward, like, the hipster crowd, which is fine. That's one of the ways that you get a neighborhood gentrified. And we're in a place that is basically the beginning stages of gentrification. So there still is a decent amount of crime, which is unfortunate because nobody likes crime. But we've already had, like, we had some bikes locked up outside. And the bikes got stolen, and that was not, like, we have, Julia has a really fancy, expensive bike, and we keep that inside because we knew there was a possibility that, things could get stolen. So when the bikes got stolen, I can't say that upset. It's annoying that somebody has like now been invaded our property and has taken our stuff. But you gotta remember, I don't live in a house like you're thinking with a huge yard somewhere and somebody would have had to like come on our property. It's a row home system. So there's like basically people walking around everywhere. You can just walk from the alley right up to our street or our house. You can walk from the front right to our house, and if anybody saw you and caught you, you'd be like, oh, sorry, I'm at the wrong house, and you just like walk next door or something like that. Like nobody would really know the wiser. Is this it? This might be it. Let me dig down. So we did have 2 bikes that were locked up stolen. And I will tell you, the interesting thing about that is we have a lot of stuff in our yard. We have a lot of like grills. We have a kegerator sitting out there. We have a lot of things other than the bikes. But bikes are, for some odd reason, just this huge theft icon in DC. Nothing else was touched at our house. It was literally just the bikes. I'm going to hit F3 real quick so I know where I'm at. It was literally just the bikes that got stolen. There were so many other things that these, robbers could have taken, and they literally went after the bikes. And they did it by, we had them hooked up to like a lock with a huge chain. The lock was the most easily breakable part of the system because the chain was just like, the chain is meant for like a motorcycle. It's not meant for a bicycle. And they broke the lock, but you can tell they didn't just like snip it with snips or anything like that. They went to town on this lock. It was, oh my God, it's still there. I found it, guys. I found it. I'm so excited. Oh, it's a spider dungeon. I thought you were a skeleton spawner. What? There was just skeletons in here. Well, that's really annoying. Not that I can really do much different with this. A flame book, a golden apple. I'll take that. Some redstone. I don't have any redstone yet, so I'll take all that. Look, a golden record. Woo! Multiple golden apples. That's kind of interesting. Some melon seeds. I'll take melon seeds because they'll be used to start my melaning. I actually should dig this thing out and make this my first base. Let's see how. I don't know why I'm using this to do that. Yeah, look at that. It's one of those surface-like spawners. It's I'm gonna open this thing up and kind of make this the base of a starter house. This isn't gonna be my main house, but it is gonna be like a base of a starter house. Though I did talk about going back to season 2, and it's really interesting because I think starting in season 1, but continuing in season 2, and I think even season 3, I always set up my house, and coincidentally, I would find a spider spawner underneath my house. Randomly multiple episodes in, so this would be kind of a weird turn it around, and we will make this like a base right by this thing in the first place instead of the other way around and building a house and then finding it at a later time. I'm gonna dig this thing completely out though, but there are just so many other things that they could have stolen, and they literally just stole the bikes, went to town on this lock. Like, this lock looks like they took it and they put it under a semi-truck, put it on the train tracks. Like, it is mangled and destroyed. I probably should actually write the lock company, because I tried to look up the warranty to see if they cover anything, because it's actually one of those, it was a more expensive lock than your standard one. It wasn't a bike lock, though, but it was because it was holding a chain, not holding the bikes themselves. So, I don't think they would do anything, but it really amazes me because, people talk about their bikes getting stolen all the time. People, steal tires. People steal bike seats. I remember when I went to college, it was huge. Like, lock up your bikes, make sure you put the lock through the tire because they're going to come take the tire off. And I've had other bikes stolen in the past, and I started thinking about it after this last time the bikes got stolen, and I'm just like, as much as I've known that bike theft is a huge thing, I've never really been privy to the underground, bike theft circuit. As in, I've never, gone somewhere and known that people were just selling parts from stolen bikes. I don't know how they unload these things. I don't know what they do with them. It just baffles me, because I think because they obviously took 2. So there was either 2 people or 1 person is walking away with, like 2 of our bikes. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, where is this underground bike ring that all these people are, all these stolen bikes are making their way to? Because I would get it if you knew you could just buy stolen bikes and stolen bike parts and stuff all the time. And trust me, I looked on Craigslist and I didn't see it posted on Craigslist or anything like that in the area. So maybe they take them somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe they sell them for scrap metal. I have absolutely no idea. But the point of the story was not to talk about the bikes and the bike theft, but was more to discuss that because of that, I spent the time all day today installing a security system in my house. So I will tell you, I kind of had my doubts on if I'd be able to install the cameras and stuff properly at the right angles and actually have a system that worked. And it's just like I can't say it's cheap. It's not a, we're not paying for a security service from somebody. It's like a do-it-yourself, put it in, and you can monitor your own stuff like remotely. I'll tell you, I'm pretty impressed with myself. Ever since I bought this house, I feel really impressed with myself just because of the fact that I found out that I can do so many more things than I ever thought I was going to be able to do. I have rerun electrical outlets. I have installed an over-the-stove microwave by having to rerun another electrical outlet to that. I've widened doorways. We made the mistake of telling our downstairs person, hi, Desert Bunny, telling the person who moved in downstairs before she had moved in, she said she had a washer and dryer and asked if it would fit in the room downstairs, because there is a washer and dryer hookup down there, but there was no washer and dryer when we bought the place. And so I went and measured everything, measured twice, cut once. I measured it multiple times because I didn't want to tell her something like wrong, because she said she's either going to sell the stuff before she moved, or she would bring it if it fit. So I went and measured everything, and I was like, you know what? You gave me the dimensions. I measured. It's going to fit perfectly in this space. This is awesome. So she shows up with this washer and dryer, and I wasn't wrong. It fits in the space that I measured. I, however, neglected to measure the doorway, because the doorway was too small for it to actually fit in the washer and dryer. So that was one of those things that we had to wait a long time, or she had to wait a long time before we got taken care of, because we didn't know how to take care of it. Somebody's obviously been to this village because they have covered all the doors. Because we didn't really know what to do. I went out, and it was really funny. Our realtor is really cool, and her fiance owns a contracting company, and he's like, yeah, if you guys need some work done, let me know. I'll hook you guys up and make sure we get, make everything fair. I'll make this easy for you. So he came over and he checked out a lot of the stuff that when we moved in that we knew we were going to have issues with, that we had to take care of. Some things were like code issues, that there was no balusters on the railing, and how much would you charge to do that as part of the work that we're gonna pay you to do. So he added this all in a quote, and one of the things was, can you do anything down here with this doorway? Is there a way to like widen the doorway, or how much would you charge to just pull the door frame out and then put in a new doorway? And he gave us this quote, and I was staring at it when we finally got the quote, and I was going, there's no possible way that this is accurate. But I looked at the breakdown, and he wanted to charge us $1,900 to just take the frame out, hoping that it was big enough if the frame was removed to get the stuff in and then put the frame back in. And then $2,500 if that didn't work, to make the doorway wider and actually install a wider door down there. Not only was it that much money, it said on the bottom of the quote, material cost not included. This is only the cost of labor. So I was like, what? I've never been in the contracting business. I've never done all this like housework. I didn't know what goes into it. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, is that somebody's house, or is that a different village? I was like, I don't know what kind of work is involved in doing all this stuff. But I was like, this quote looks bad. Like, it doesn't look like, for one, we can't afford that right now. We just dropped all this money on the house. But is that really an accurate quote? This is cool. I didn't know they had villages. Oh, and this is like, nobody's been to this village yet. I didn't know they made villages out of this type of wood. It looks like it's because I don't know if it's because of just they used a random type of wood, or if it's because of the biome we're in, or what. But this village looks really cool. Hey, villager. You guys are gonna die. Yeah, I should be... Ow, 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 ow. I gotta not spam. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Get out of here, Jeff. Heal up. Heal up. Heal up. I don't know why my health is going up very slowly. I thought in these new games it went up way faster. I thought it was like do and get you up to the top, but that is apparently not the way it works. Let's kill this guy. I need to go protect these villagers because they're all gonna die. Okay. Let me at least hope there's 2 of them in here somewhere. I think it's based on saturation, so there's 1 in there. Okay, there's 1 in there, so there's at least 2 villagers that are now safe. That guy, I think, is dead. Yeah, there's at least 2 safe villagers, which is good. So this town can repopulate. There's a bunch of them in there. This guy really wants to... Oh, they don't know how to open these doors. Ow. F3. There's my cords. Oh, you know what I can do? I made that bed. Nice. So now I've slept. So now I should respawn here. So even if I die, that's good. I'm glad I just did that. So, well, either way, while I kill these guys. So I decided, like, we can't do that. Let's see what we can do on our own. So we tried to pull the door frame out on our own to see if it was big enough, and it wasn't quite big enough still. Pulling the door frame is actually not that difficult at all. It's just a matter of being careful not to break the drywall so that you can put it back in. And unfortunately, I don't know why he was... Whew! He did a bigger number on me than I expected him to. There's another one right there. See, now I think it has to do with the saturation on how well you heal. And I just, unfortunately, that guy wants to get out. Sorry, buddy. I'm protecting you. You will be protected. So pulling the doorway itself is not very difficult. So why he was trying to charge like $1,900 for that is beyond me. That's just asinine in my opinion. And this was a dude who was supposed to be hooking us up. But anyways, we ended up, going to, I did a lot of research online, watched a lot of YouTube videos about what is actually entailed in doing this. And it turns out a lot of this homeowner stuff is a lot easier than I thought. It's still difficult. You got to make sure you do things to code and all that stuff. And that was part of the big problems, is getting all our inspections done right to be able to be legal renters, because there was things that you can live in a house with certain things the way they are, but you can't rent a house with certain things the way we are. So we had to do a lot of stupid work that you would never even think of just in order to be able to get our certificate of occupancy so we could legally rent our place, which we actually did. But it was a lot of modifying of railings, making the balusters closer together. But we ended up actually making the doorway wider downstairs, up to code, getting a new frame, a wider frame, a bigger door, put all that stuff in, get the washer and dryer connected to where it's supposed to go. Like, it was pretty interesting. I'm quite impressed with myself, and I don't usually... Oh, where? Are you in this one? I usually try to be a humble person, but I felt a little... I was proud. Let me in. Oh, God. Oh, God. I think one of them actually escaped, though. I'm gonna get hit from behind, aren't I? Oh, okay. Eat. I don't know where that villager went. Hi, cow. I like how there's a cow back here. He's just like, what up? This is my spot. This is where I sleep. Leave me alone. This guy's got grass growing in his house. He needs to get that cleaned up. I kind of like this village. I also might make this my temporary... Hi, buddy. Why are you hugging that creep? Oh, God. Oh, no. Damn it. I knew if I turned around, there's another creeper right there. So I had to go this way. And I was trying to push around him and past him. But that didn't quite work out. Why is this zombie doing all weird? He's like discoing or something? I don't know what he's doing. I will start right over here. And I need to go get my stuff. If it survived. Not that I had much, but I do need to do that. Some of my stuff survived. Got food. Got an axe. This is a cave. I'm going to set up shop here and make this a cave system I'm going to explore while I try to find the perfect location still for a home. Did a cow die? Where's all my other stuff? I don't know if I got all my other tools. But I'm going to go barricade myself in one of these houses and call this episode good. I didn't get quite all my tools back, but I got everything that's important because I didn't have much yet. So, anyways, guys, hi, cow. Welcome. You and I live together now. My best friend, the cow. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.